Good afternoon, ma'am. This is the continuation report from the topic Pitching and Communication Skills. Confident delivery and persuasive communication. Confident delivery focuses on the nonverbal and vocal elements that build credibility and command attention. Now, when delivering a speech or a report, it is very important to be confident so that you can grab the attention of your audience. Also, it can also help to build your credibility as a speaker. Next is persuasive communication. Persuasive communication is the act of using words, visuals, or actions to encourage others to change what they think, believe, or do. It's not just about making speeches or selling products. It's about creating change even in small ways. So in persuasive communication, it is about using words or visuals or actions, especially if you are sharing your ideas so that your audience will believe on you because from how you act or behave, let's just say your body language will tell them that you are a trusted person, that they can agree with what you're saying. So we have confident delivery by the how you speak. So we have nonverbal cues, body language, we have posture, eye contact, gestures, and movements. So in posture, stand or sit tall, shoulder back, radiating authority and openness. Avoid touching or defensive positions. Example, crossing arm tightly. So when you are having a speech or report, you should fix your posture so that you will look confident and you will look professional. Next is eye contact. Eye contact, maintain consistent, natural eye contact with the audience. This signals honesty, engagement, and confidence. Scan the room to, to include everyone's rather than focusing on one spot. Eye contact is very important when you're speaking in front of people when you have an audience because eye contact will tell the audience that they are included, you are connected with them. You can grab their attentions by just looking with your audience. Next is gestures. This is used purpose, purposeful, open, and natural hand gestures to emphasize key points, avoid nervous, fudge, fidgeting, example, feeding with clothes, clicking a pen as a distract from the message. So, and gestures, it is using a hand, like example, hand gestures when you are speaking. So I have an example. Some people use this kind of hand gestures and di rin nila napapansin niya. Once they do this hand gestures, the one that you are talking will totally nod at you, will agree on what you are saying. That is the example of gestures. Next is the movements. If standing, move deliberately to transitions between points or engage different parts of the audience. Avoid pacing aimlessly. So movements, you have also to move in different sides. Do not just focus on one place. Next is the vocal cues. We have volume and projection, pause and pace and pause, tone and inflection, articulation and clarity, filler words. So in volume and projection, speak loudly enough for the entire audience to hear comfortably, showing conviction in your message. So when you are when you are speaking or having a speech, you have to be you have your voice to be clear, loud, so the people around you or the audience will clearly understand of what you are saying. Next is the pace and pause. Vary your speaking speed to keep listeners engaged. Crucially, use strategic pause before or after important statements to allow them to sink in and increase dramatic effect. So in pace and pause, when you are speaking, you have at least to pause even if it's a seconds. So your audience will understand. You don't have to be rushed when you are having a speech. Next is the tone inflection. Ensure your tone match your message. Example, serious for facts, excited for opportunities. Avoid monotone delivery as it suggests boredom or lack of passion. Tone is very important or very crucial, especially if you're having a speech, because tone can misinterpret your message if your tone will not match with your message. Next is articulation and clarity. Speak clearly and precisely, avoid mumbling. So you have to speak clearly and do not avoid mumbling so that your audience will understand what you're with what you're trying to say. Last is filler words. Eliminate distracting filler words like um, like, and you know. Replace them with silence, a confidence pause. So, if you're a reporter or speakers, you should avoid like. You can replace it by a pause, confidence, so that you will not distract, and your audience will not be distracted. Next is persuasive communication. This is the what you say. And persuasive communication persuasion is the art of influencing an audience to adopt your viewpoint or take specific action. So in persuasive communication, you just you just you don't just trying to communicate with your audience, but you are trying to persuade, influence your audience. Just like what Benjamin Franklin said. If you would persuade, you must appeal to interest rather than intellect. It means if you would persuade, you should appeal to interest. You should hook their interest rather than intellect. You don't need to be very smart. You just need to know on how to persuade people by just having by just having by just knowing how to use different ways, such as by for example um, for example by just telling story if you are trying to sell a product. Next is a core structure. We have introduction, body, and conclusion. So an introduction, start with engaging hook, a story statistic questions to grab attentions, clearly state your core message and what the audience will gain. So an introduction, you you can start by story. If if you are selling a product, you can just say story to your customers for them to hook the interest to grab their interest so that they will buy your product. Next is the body. Present your key arguments supporting each one with credible evidence, data, examples, experts quotes, organize points logically, example chronologically by priority or problem solution. Next is the conclusion. Summarize the main points and restate the thesis powerfully and with a clear, specific call to action. What do you want the audience to do next? We also have the audience analysis. So, if you will have a speech in an event, you have to understand your audience. It is very important to know your audience before you have your speech so that you will know what will you use, what will you do when you have your speech. First is understand their needs. So in a business world, if you will have your business, you have to understand their needs. Tailor your message to audience specific problems, interests, and potential actions. Understand their needs. It is to understand the customer's needs so that you will know what you will do to solve their problem. You can add it to improve your products or business. Next is anticipate objection. Proactively identify and address counter arguments in your presentation before the audience raise them. Next is shared values. Connect your message to values the audience already holds, example efficiency, sustainability, and growth. So if you are a speaker, you should know this all of this for you to improve your communication. Next is the importance of persuasive communication. We have engaging employee and building trust, strengthening executive presence, resolving conflicts with confidence, driving successful negotiations, gaining support, and shaping reputation. So, and it is very important to really have a to, to really have a persuasive communication skills. It's because when you are a boss or a CEO or manager, it can help you to engage with your employee and it can build trust. Also, it can strengthen executive presence, all of the staff or the manager, it can help them to communicate effectively for their meeting, or even if they are having a negotiations between their business partners. It can also resolve conflicts with confidence. You if you have a skills, you can easily resolve conflicts with confidence because you are aware or confident that you can persuade and you can get everyone agree with your point or ideas to solve a conflict. Next is driving successful negotiations. Since you have persuasive communication skills, it is easy for you to negotiate with different people because you have you have a power to present yourself in many people. Next is gaining support and shaping your reputation. By having these skills, you can you can build your image. It's because you're not just building your reputation, but you're also building your credibility and trust to the people around you, your employee, your business partners, your audience, and many more. That's all. Thank you.